Barrington Irving has a lofty goal: to fly around the world while promoting aviation careers to underprivileged children. Accomplishing this feat would make him the youngest pilot and the first African American to fly solo around the world. While only 21 years old, Barrington wants to promote careers in aviation, but more importantly, help create a significant change for today's youth. He hopes to inspire children worldwide to pursue their dreams in aviation and other related fields. The oldest of three brothers, Barrington was born on November 11, 1983 in Kingston, Jamaica. At the age of 6, he moved to Miami, Florida's inner city neighborhood, where despite the prevalence of drugs and crime, Barrington chose to follow the positive standard of living of several role models, including his father. At the age of 16, Captain Gary Robinson encouraged the high school student to pursue a career as an airline pilot. Now, seeing himself as a mentor for underprivileged children, Barrington will depart on his worldwide tour from Miami's Opa-locka Airport on May 4th during the Fort Lauderdale Air and Sea Show's Media Day. The month-long trip will include stops in Europe, the Middle East and Southeast Asia, while crossing large expanses of ocean. Recently, Sport Pilot TV spent a day with Barrington Irving to find out what drives him.
Well, Barrington, we're standing in front of the Columbia 400, an aircraft you're quite familiar with, and one just like this one here, you'll be flying around the world in the not-too-distant future. Let's talk about your flight, first of all. Experience Aviation, what's it all about?
Well, Experience Aviation is about getting youth involved in aviation, promoting career opportunities, and really addressing the significant shortage of technically skilled professionals that we have pursuing careers in aviation. There's a serious need for engineers, pilots, air traffic controllers, and various other positions in aviation. More than just setting the record of becoming the first African American to fly solo around the world and the youngest person of any race to do it. My whole goal, and I want everyone to see, is that we need more young people in aviation.
Speeds alive. Engine gauge is in the green.
Start 2128. Traffic's 12 o'clock and 3 miles, orbiting at 2,000 assessment.
Start 2128, negative contact.
I didn't grow up wanting to become a pilot. I didn't grow up wanting to do anything in aviation. I was a high school football player. We went to the state championship, and I was pretty happy playing football, but when I was introduced to aviation at the age of 16, it really sparked interest, and it was something I couldn't turn away from. I turned down a lot of football scholarships to pursue a career in aviation because I followed my heart. And I believe other kids out there will share the same passion also.
To be able to utilize the Columbia 400 with the Avidyne glass cockpit system, their flight deck system, and the Continental motor engine, this is a remarkable aircraft that was designed well and designed perfectly for me to do the flight around the world. I'm very comfortable in the seats made by Oregon Aero, and certainly impressed with the capability, impressed with the performance, and this aircraft really handles well.
Barrington Irving looked at several aircraft models for his global adventure, but eventually chose the Columbia 400 for its high-end performance. The aircraft sports the dual turbocharged Teledyne Continental Motors TCM TSIO 550 engine, the same power plant found under the cowl of the Columbia 300 and Columbia 350. This powerful engine delivers turboprop speeds on piston fuel flows, with 230 knots at flight level 180 and 235 knots at flight level 250. Impressive for a fixed-gear airplane. Barrington also selected the Columbia 400 for its interior, which offers him high-tech safety features, including the glass cockpit package and controls for the airplane's thermowing anti-ice system. The aircraft's roomy and comfortable interior was also a consideration for Barrington.
Out of the blue, I approached the Columbia aircraft while at Oshkosh. I said to them, hey guys, this is what I want to do. I want to do this flight around the world to impact kids and show them that, hey, you too can get involved in aviation. And then all of a sudden, the relationship developed from there with Columbia. They believed in my mission and believed that I was capable of successfully doing it in their aircraft. Since then, we've been working together to get sponsors involved, such as Continental Motors, Avidyne, S-Tech, Kelly Aerospace, Oregon Aero, Precise Flight, Goodyear. We've gotten a lot of folks involved in this flight, and it's really come together in a nice way.
A circumnavigation of the world is no easy task and requires a full complement of ground support. Opa-locka, Florida-based Miami Executive Aviation quickly embraced Barrington's dream and became his first title sponsor. The FBO Charter and Sales Group is providing key support functions, including marketing resources and Barrington support aircraft. Fabio Alexander spoke to Sport Pilot TV about his company's involvement in this historic project and the importance of motivating today's youth.
Basically, when my team told me, hey, you need to see this kid. This is your fire. This is your spirit. You need to meet him. You need to meet him. And once we met, I said, wow, God sent from above, and I felt, wow, this meets the spirit and basically our ambition of what we want to do. We like to be the first in everything. And if we can't be the first in anything, we like to sponsor people who can be in first in anything, and this being one of our first endeavors outside of what we normally do marketing-wise. And it's a message, you know. It's also a message to see how this spirit can be somebody else's dream. And taking tomorrow's youth to a higher plane is what Experience Aviation and what Barrington's all about, especially when you can be flying around the world. So that message is everybody's going to hear about.
When are you planning to launch, and what general route are you planning to cover during that period?
Well, I launched on May 4th of this year during the Media Day, which is held here at Miami Executive Aviation. And then I'll depart up to Caldwell, New Jersey, then to Newfoundland, Canada, then to the Azores, then to Madrid, Spain, through Southern Europe, into Egypt, through India, and then continuing to China, then Japan, then Alaska, and coming back down into the States. It's a 30-day flight. Looking forward to it. We plan to host career fairs at a couple of stops and get kids from all ages and races involved in aviation.
What do you foresee as one of the more challenging aspects of this flight? This is going to be taxing on the body mentally and physically. Is that going to be one of the biggest challenges you're going to have to face along the way?
Yes, I think the mental and physical aspects of this will be quite critical. For me, I'm glad that I'm in pretty good physical health, but more importantly, mentally, you know, I must eat certain foods that continues to provide dopamine to the brain, that increases, you know, the functionality of the brain. Also being conscientious of different procedures, stretchings to do in the aircraft. I'll be sitting in the aircraft for quite some time, and it's important that I stretch properly. And most importantly, just continue to rely on faith. You know, really, faith is what has led me here to this point, and I'm certainly grateful for that.
Sport Pilot TV wishes Barrington Irving all the best for his record-setting flight. You can find out more and support him by visiting this web address.